Okay, here we go. Here we go. Today is July 15th. Here we are again. My name is
Mm.
David. This is my brother Ray, and we are.
Preachers from the bleachers.
That's right. So if you like the show, let somebody know. You can see us here on YouTube or always on anchor.fm/preachers from
Spotify.
the bleachers. I,
Spotify.
I didn't say Spotify yet, man. You got
Spotify. Oh, we
also
gotta
on,
wait.
yeah, also on Spotify.
Spotify.
There you go. All right. So, as always, leave us some comments underneath. That's fine. Brotherhood, give us something in the chat, whatever you want to do. We'll answer any questions or talk about some stuff you want to talk about. That's all good. So, today we're going to talk about the NFL is getting paid. We got
Mm.
some players making some money.
Money,
So,
money, money.
so we're going to talk about those guys. Once again, Ray has the dollars, the Benjamins in the background.
All about the business.
So, we're going to play a little game because Ray said this week that Kansas City Chiefs are printing money just to pay some fellas.
They, they, there is
So
a U.S. Mint in Kansas City.
yes, there is. So
In my mind, I'm thinking it's probably in the Chiefs' backyard at this
yeah,
point.
it must be. So that got me to thinking. People always talk about the Mount Rushmore of your team. So I thought about if your team is printing money, who are they putting on your bills? So we're going to talk about that. Um, Also, a little bit about the NFL players in the NFL Players Association doing some stuff. Negotiating on how their seasons are going to go and what the hey, you can't be drinking that, man. We don't have the endorsement money yet.
It's coming.
All right, coming. All right. So anyway, we're talking about NFL Players Association, a little in Major League Baseball, a little NBA, a little UFC, and then once again, like I said, who's on your team's currency. So let's go to the hot hand, and we're going to talk about NFL players getting paid. Who we
Hey,
got? Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett getting 25 mil a year.
25 and 100 million guaranteed.
Yes,
That's quarterback money.
that's good for my Aggie brother.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even get into the fact that here Texas A&M Aggie, but 25 a year, Dave. I like Miles Garrett. I like
I
Miles
do
Garrett a
too.
lot, but he ain't Khalil Mack good.
He is not Khalil Mack good, but he's pretty damn good.
This is first of all, this is I am not throwing shade at Miles Garrett, but you now making 25 million a year. Mack makes 23, and this how it goes. The next man up usually gets more unless your name is Dak Prescott or your name is any of the other 12, 10, 12 dudes that didn't get a deal today.
Yeah,
Um, but especially if your name is Derrick Henry, 12 and a half
I I,
million a
I I
year.
could not believe he took 12 and a half.
Ooh, that I
Did you not just lead the league in rushing? Did you not just do
damn
that?
12 and a half. So like obviously a lot of guys didn't get paid. So we only talking about a few guys. What's my the defensive tackle in Jacksonville didn't get paid. Dak didn't get
No.
paid. You can there's more guys that didn't get paid that did. This is that time of year where people get franchised and then all of a sudden, today was the deadline. Suddenly they got a deal. Not
Well,
today in the NFL. Only a few people got them bending.
you could say that Dak got paid. He's getting 33.4 million.
You get 31, but whatever. We not going hey listen, the man made 2 million last year. He making 31 this year.
Oh,
We ain't gonna cry about Dak's
dude,
paycheck.
dude
But
got
the
paid.
the only and first of all, for people who don't know, I've said this maybe once or twice on this show. Dak won a 4-year deal. He not really complaining about the 34.5 million the Cowboys is offering him. He's cool with 34 and a half. He's saying, give me one less year of 34 and a half. So it sounds crazy in some ways because a player is saying, yeah, 34 and a half is good, but let's only have it over 4 years. Well, it's obvious when you're a fourth round pick and you're a quarterback and last year was the first year that you made over $1 million, right? I can hit the market again in 3 years. In 3 years, we can do this again if it's a 4-year deal. If it's a 5-year deal, we got to wait 4 years to do this deal.
If I'm the Cowboys, I'm good with that 3 year deal. Give him the three,
Four.
then
You want
no,
four.
he wants four or wants three.
He
Cowboys want
wants
three.
Cowboys want 5.
Right. Okay. So give him the year less. If he doesn't play well in that time, you're not going to owe him a lot of money.
Listen,
If he does playing well in that time, pay the man. Whatever.
Contracts ain't worth the paper they're written on anyway.
I know.
So playing for 31 this year and 37 next year, I would be, so just you looking at it like a 2-year, $68-69 million deal.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that
about.
too.
That's more than Tony Romo got with his 4-year, $67 million deal. So
he doesn't have leverage currently because the Cowboys are cool with giving him $31 million. Yeah. They're not going to be as cool next year at giving him $37 million, and the salary cap might go down. Yeah. So, we got off on this tangent on Dak because, he a quarterback and he threw for almost 5,000 yards. But, every time I just, $25 million for Myles Garrett just seems like a lot, bro. Like, Myles Garrett, you do have to game plan around Myles, right? You have to know that dude is over there and he coming. But he don't put fear in people's heart like Khalil Mack. Like, Khalil Mack keep quarter.
I don't know. They game plan for him, man. Nobody puts fear in people's hearts like Khalil Mack. But
that's what I'm saying. I know the next man. Listen, again, I ain't no shade at Garrett for getting $25 million and $100 million. $100 million guaranteed. If you the guy in defense, I know he played defensive end. Khalil played linebacker, but they're technically pass rushers. So if you the guy in Jacksonville, you thinking, my numbers look just as good as dudes. Maybe I ain't $100 million, but I'm in the $20 million range.
Yeah.
He got to get $20 million. Right now, the Jacksonville might be looking for a trade because they cheap anyway. Yes, they might be trying to get out of that deal, man. They don't want to pay that dude. I just listen. Myles Garrett is legit. He a Pro Bowler, but Khalil Mack is already in the Hall of Fame. If he stopped playing right now, he in the Hall of Fame. That's the difference. And I know the next man up always get more, and the fact that he only got a little bit more than Mack, I'm not really too salty on the fact that he getting that much more money than Mack. What's Mack deal? Was it 5 years?
That much more. Yeah.
It's not that much more. The guaranteed money is, but if you Mack, you thinking, well, how many more years I got to play on this deal before
right.
I'm sure he signed a 5-year deal. We already in year 3.
Yeah.
Mack might be looking at 125 guaranteed next year. After that, he might play this season and demand. If he has a good season, if he have 15, 16 sacks, he might come calling to the Bears saying, hey, man, pay me. And at this point, we ain't got nobody else on the squad, bro.
That's true. You got plenty of money.
You know what? I'm a Bears fan, so some of this feels a little wrong to me. But the reality is, I just took a look at the roster the other day, and I was like, "There's a reason why I keep screaming Nick Foles every week. Nick Foles. We ain't got but one wide receiver. We got one wide receiver, and we're praying the tight end we drafted is gonna be legit."
Which guy you counting at wide receiver?
Allen Robinson.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
He just a wide receiver though. He ain't no he ain't striking no fear in nobody hard. He can be game planned real easy and take him out.
Well, he was before he got to Chicago and had Trubisky throwing to him.
Well, he had injury before when he was in Chicago, and part of the reason why Jacksonville didn't keep him is part of injuries. But man, some of these brothers out here getting paid, and I don't know if they deserve all that coin. But props to them. The next man up always get that loot. Kansas City in the same boat as Chicago. After Tyrann Mathieu, that's the only guy on the squad. You have to pay that. I can't think of his name right now. You have to pay the defensive tackle. If you don't pay him, you ain't got your defense already suspect. You heard me say that a million times. Patrick Mahomes got the money he got because he has to play defense too, because he got to put up at least 35 to try to make the other team. If the other team has to pass all the time because you put up 40 points, you need a dude that can, rush the passer from the inside or the outside. So Kansas City printing that money, they ain't had no choice but to pay that man either. Now you got your quarterback on offense and basically your quarterback on defense. or your leader on defense and just keep plugging and play around them. But them the only people got paid. I mean, the
Yeah.
real story is all I think it's 12 guys. I think this is the first time since 1993 that they had these many guys on franchise tag that
Right.
didn't get paid. And some of it is just basic economics. You and I discuss this all the time.
Yeah.
They got it, but I mean,
I think
we don't know
there's a lot of uncertainty about what's going to
we
happen
don't know
too.
what the future
So we'll
holds.
just
I
go
was
ahead
just
and
about to
franchise
say that.
this.
We don't know if it's really going to be a season or not.
Right. So
You know,
that's the four players that got paid were Myles Garrett, Derrick Henry, Dak Prescott, and Chris Jones.
not
So
not Dak Prescott didn't get paid.
well, right with 30, I consider 33. I consider that franchise tag paid.
It it ain't
That's a
it,
lot of money.
it ain't 100 million guaranteed. Chris Jones, that's the player.
He's gonna make, yeah.
He had to get paid. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So moving on, the some of the NFL Players Association, they're the players are requesting backing if they decide to sit out the season because of COVID. So what? So I thought about this for a little while, and so it sounded to me like say, oh well, if we say we don't want to play, that we still want to get paid. And I was like, no, man, you don't play, you don't get paid. But to a degree, I understand what they're saying.
Mm.
So,
That's the degree.
well, they were wanting 250,000 guaranteed if they show up to camp and then the season gets canceled, and then they wanted 500,000 each guaranteed if they start the season and then it gets canceled. So, my feeling is that like if you decide that you don't want to pay, we'll give you a league minimum for that year. If you don't want to play, if like right now, if I'm a kicker or if I'm a defensive lineman, this is my thought and my thought alone. I would say, okay, you decide you don't want to play. I understand. We'll give you league minimum. We'll for that year.
To
So,
not play.
well, I mean, they're wanting a guaranteed 250,000 or 500,000 or whatever. And
League
if the season
minimum
goes,
league minimum is different. I think currently I'm not sure. I think league
it's
minimum
around there.
is 440,000. But that's like for probably like a rookie or something.
Yeah.
Like if you're a 10-year veteran and you a kicker, your league minimum, that's why kickers when you see kickers in and out of the league because they've been in the league 10 years and now I got to pay you a minimum of
Right.
1.5 but you're not that good, so we got to go
Yeah.
find somebody
And
young.
I say that in my little thing here.
Right.
Like I league minimum for your service level. So
Yeah, so league that's gonna be different.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
your
it's gonna be
service
more
level.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not finna get nobody. I ain't finna give you 440,000, Dave. I think it's all BS, bro. I'm just gonna say hey man, either play or you don't play. Now
Right.
you're a professional, right?
Yeah. If you don't want to play, my
I,
first thought was, we're not gonna pay you.
that is my only thought.
Yeah.
You don't have to play, but we don't have to pay you.
Yeah.
I mean, you making a business decision for yourself and your family. I'm not going to be mad at you if you don't play. I
Right.
might be disappointed if you're my favorite player and you don't play, or if you somebody on my team and you're a solid role player and I need you out there. But ultimately, if you decide not to play, in my opinion, you shouldn't get paid for anything. Now, if you show up to work and then they cancel work, we're not going to act like America. You know what I mean? That's the problem with America. We can't keep a control on the coronavirus. All the other countries send everybody home.
Yeah.
They send them home and they pay them to stay home. So if the same thing happened in the NFL, if you come to work and we have to send you home, okay, let's pay you. Let's pay you as much money as we possibly can. But if you say I ain't coming to work and the job is open, well, you don't get paid.
So what does that do to contracts? So like I'm Joe Blow playing on the defensive line, maybe a backup, whatever. And I say I'm not going to play. Okay, I go home and don't get paid, but I still got 3 years on my contract. Do you void that contract?
You probably can, but I wouldn't void it. It's a little tone deaf. That's why I think the whole thing with anybody, I don't care
I agree with that.
what if you're a professional athlete, you're getting paid millions, some of you only hundreds of thousands. But when there's people I got to go to work, Dave. I'm an essential worker. Thank God I work from home. But there's people in the building where I work. We done had 3 positive corona tests in 3 months. It's like we're having one every month. We get an email. But them people have to go in. And they don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'm not trying to hear no NBA, no MLB, nobody. If you don't want to go, that's fine. Don't go. But nobody should be paying you. You're tone deaf when we got all these people in America that have to go to work. Man, forget my job. What about the people that's serving that's got to give you the doggone test? They
Yeah.
take a risk every time they walk over and, you know what I mean?
I tell you what,
But you don't want to go to work, but you want to get paid. No, bro, I ain't feeling it.
man,
If
my
you
niece, my,
if your business is open, if your job is open, and you make hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, you need to go and get that money,
right.
or stay home. I'm not mad if you have to stay home. You say, hey, I ain't gonna go, and I ain't gonna take my paycheck. Fine,
Yeah,
that's fine too.
my niece started a job in the emergency room this week. So she just finished nursing school, got her exams and all that kind of stuff done. She started a job in the emergency room. So I'm kind of worried about her because she's there all day long with people coming in.
Yeah,
You don't know who's got COVID, who doesn't have COVID,
and
whatever. But
they don't know who got it. You know
and
what I mean?
she's got a young daughter, 2 years old. Uh, hey, man, I'm worried about her. I'm glad she's doing what she wanted to do. I mean, man, you know, nurses and doctors and all that, they didn't really sign on for pandemics. I mean, I know that they all know that that's a possibility, but right. I mean,
Right.
they want to treat people and help people and all that kind of stuff. But it's like you don't expect Ebola to come into your
You
room and where it can kill everybody it touches.
Right.
So
But you do expect at a small level that somebody
right,
can
yeah,
come in with something, right? But you signed up to be a doctor, and you might have to do the little ER rotation, and you
yeah,
might see some blood and gore, busted hearts and broken legs, but you didn't sign up to be a virologist or
right.
however the word. I mean, you're not dealing with
Virologist.
virus every day. Viral, how you
Oh
say the
yeah,
word?
virologist.
Same thing, potato, potato. But my
You
point is,
asked.
my point is, that's different. If they didn't sign up for that job, but that's the
Yeah,
job they have right
right.
now. So I can't function. I can't understand. I can't. It doesn't make sense to me
Yeah,
why we got people out there saying, "Pay me to not come to work,"
yeah.
when your office is open. Now we talking about if we just talking about college football. Oh well, that's different. They shouldn't be playing at all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
I
miss college football,
yeah.
but they not getting paid.
Well, I think that's a good chance that's going to happen anyway, just because, Clemson's had such a tough time and several other teams have had such a tough time with players already getting like what 37 of the last I heard at Clemson had COVID.
Right.
So,
But
and several at Alabama as well.
why? Listen, I want to see college football. I gotta see it. I crave it. But you can't say student athlete and then say, hey, go out there and make these billions of dollars. See, now they can't lie to us no more, Dave, if they send these college kids out there to play. They can't lie to us and say they student athlete. It's a damn business. Right? Because you sending these kids out there to go play a game so because it affects your bottom line. They supposed to be students first. I don't know about you. You know what I mean, but my kids, we got an option on whether we can actually go into the school or stay at home, right? So how come we making college kids arrive to campus and go play football?
Well, hold that thought because it hasn't happened yet. So we don't know what's going to happen yet.
As of today,
Uh-huh.
they playing football,
Okay. There's a lot of them that are only, they're changing up their schedules and how they do business and
but
all
they
that kind of
playing.
stuff.
See that
But
that
they're
makes
playing.
makes it worse to me.
It's going
Like
to change.
we're gonna change the schedules and go conference only just so we can make sure we can get this money. Just don't play. Let's just spring. Let's plan for spring and then let's plan to cancel spring if we have to. We don't have control of it. We up and down with this doggone virus. Every week
Oh,
we
we're not even up and down. We're just up and then up a little more and then up and then maybe come down a little bit and then go back up.
you know, did you see that report about Florida where it was supposed to be 98% and turned
Uh-uh.
out it was 9.8% up and down. You see, like
Not 98% what?
they said it was 90% ate more, and turned out it was supposed to be 9.8%
No,
more.
no, I didn't see that, but you know,
So it's up and down because
that little decimal point makes a big
makes
difference.
a difference.
So yeah, we'll wait and see, man. What's going? I think they're going to cancel a lot of the college stuff. I can't imagine. Uh,
Cancel it or pay them the same way. I'm saying, if your job is open, if it's a business, they can't lie to us no more. I mean, I've been saying that for the longest, but they can't deny it if you're gonna make college
well, they're
kids.
still getting that education though.
They shouldn't be doing nothing but education
Yeah, that's
right
true.
now.
And yeah, a lot of schools, man, we haven't seen what's going to happen with all the schools yet. But I mean, a lot of schools are doing online classes only. I think some of them are doing, every other day, or
Harvard
uh,
did.
you can show
Harvard
up if you want to.
Harvard went online only and said ain't gonna be no discount.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, man. I need to contact my boy. For those of you out there that don't know, one of the guys I went to school with in London, Rob, my boy Rob, is a professor at Harvard.
I thought he was at Brown.
No, he's at Harvard. He's a robotics professor, a micro robotics professor. So got a PhD in micro robotics.
All right.
So anyway, but he's at Harvard. So I need to contact him, see how that's going to work with it. Yeah.
That's
You know,
micro robotics.
my boy, man, he when he was at Berkeley getting his PhD, he took me into the lab and showed me some of the stuff he was working on. One of them was a micro robotic fly.
Crazy.
Like this, it
You know what
was,
I'm
man.
thinking right now? I'm thinking Big Hero 6. The movie where
Oh
they
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's what's crossing my mind. I'll be in there
Yeah,
like, what the hell going on up in here? I don't
yeah,
know nothing about it. Just give me the controller and let me play with it. I don't
yeah.
even know the rest.
Right. So anyway, I need to contact him. Maybe I'll contact him this week, see what they're going to do and how he's planning on doing that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with school and all the sports and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot more cancellations coming along, especially because we're not getting this under control at all. We're not even looking like we're getting it under control. So anyway, because moving on. So let's talk about some NBA. So several people tested positive this week. We'll see who tests positive next week. Westbrook tested positive as now. So I think he's probably going to miss 3 or 4 games out of that 8. What do you think? Because he's
My,
got
I
two
mean,
weeks,
yeah, 3 or 4 games. He'd be back in time for the playoffs for sure. If they still in it, I think they'll still be in it.
maybe, and that
But
depends on his test though. I mean, because we talked about he's got to quarantine for 2 weeks and then he has to test negative, right?
right,
And he has to test negative twice. And those tests, I heard, had to be a week apart. Now, you thought they were like 36 hours apart or something.
36 hours. That's
Okay.
what I heard from one of the NBA reporters.
Okay. So that's at least missing the first 2 games if everything goes perfect.
And possibly four or
Yeah.
five games. So
So
I think as long as he get back with enough time to play at least a minimum of 2 games, but if he has to miss the whole 8 games and just starting to play, it is what it is. I mean, if the bottom line is you got to miss 8 games and we got you for the playoffs, that's
right.
fine.
And Harden hasn't even showed up yet.
I
So
think he just arrived. I saw
did he?
something maybe an hour and a half ago that
Okay.
said he arrived in Orlando. I don't quote me on that, but I
Okay.
think he just arrived.
Okay.
I mean, like no disrespect to Harden, but sometimes it seems you know, like he don't want to play.
Yeah.
Like we know he don't want to play defense, but
Well,
I
that's
just
true.
sometimes to me, like, let's just use this situation. I ain't gonna talk about sometimes. Russ ain't there, so I don't want to play. That's what it feel like. He didn't have no reason to stay back in Houston.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there was speculation because nobody had heard anything at him that he might have tested positive as well, and it just hadn't come out. So who knows?
The
But
crazy part is, remember when Zeke came out and it was like HIPAA? I
yeah,
was like, I guess we're gonna just throw HIPAA all to hell because we know everything about their medical crap when it comes to coronavirus.
yeah.
You immediately test positive, everybody know.
Well,
I mean,
well,
they
that
can't hide it, but
you can say that, but you don't know who you don't know. Might be a lot of people that tested positive, and you just don't know because it wasn't released because of HIPAA.
I'm talking about athletes.
But I am too. I'm talking about.
If
anybody could
anybody
have
in
it.
the bubble tests positive, we know.
Well, that's true. But before they got to the bubble,
Oh,
they could have kept it secret. I mean,
right,
you'd never know.
right.
So, yeah, and I'm down with that HIPAA stuff, man. Nobody has a right to know my business, but a lot of these guys now are tweeting when they get
That's
positive
their
tests.
business stuff.
Yeah, it is.
They
You're right.
talk about if you want to tell me whatever you want to tell me about you, that's cool. But
Yeah,
can't nobody else say it. But they are for the coronavirus if you're in the bubble. And I mean, there's no way to hide. What you gonna say? You got the flu? What you gonna say? He out for right now? I mean,
yeah.
like, we gonna all assume we
Well,
like
dealing with personal issues or family issues, or I mean, they'll
right.
make up something if they
Right.
really want to keep
I'm
it
just saying,
secret.
but we all gonna assume you could be like dealing with a wrist injury. He got the corona. As a
See
matter of
there,
fact, you need to
that's
look
a,
at the injury report right now. Everybody on there talking about I got a leg, knee, back, ankle, all of that. They probably got the corona, bro.
now that's one the CDC's counting it, man, just because they assume, right? So, so again, Harrison Barnes tested positive, so he's out. Same kind of thing, at least a couple weeks. Michael Beasley left today.
Harrison Barnes was good. I'm just saying, I just had to throw that out there, man. He ain't doing nothing for Sacramento.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I mean, he's probably one of their better players as far as Sacramento goes. I mean, but they don't have they don't have a great player. Buddy Hield's probably one of their best.
De'Aaron Fox is the
Well,
bomb.
De'Aaron Fox. Well, he came on this year. He didn't have a good couple
He
first years.
was a rookie. This is in the middle
Right.
of his second year. I mean, he was.
Well,
Hey,
he's coming on.
he's pretty good in his rookie year.
He's all right. He's doing all right.
He's really good. And then what's
Because
and then what's
listen,
your
he's
boy
been
from?
on my fantasy league for 2 years now, so I know what he's doing.
Yeah, but your boy ain't looking that good, and it kind of hurt my feelings.
Bagley.
Bagley is not the guy I thought he was. I thought he was going to be Tim
He
Duncan.
was hurt too. He's been hurt a lot too. So
I was all on that Bagley tip. Number one pick. Right now, he looking like number 11. He looking like maybe 11 pick.
well,
But
he's been hurt. Give him a minute. But they're not giving him the ball much, even when he gets in there. Plus, he's having to split some time a little bit with Harry Giles and, well, Willie Cauley-Stein while he was there, but Stein's now with the Mavericks. So I think Bagley was picking it up. He was doing pretty good. I'm not going to say he's looking like a superstar.
Don't all progress at the same way. He still got time. It ain't like he in year 7 and we're like, what happened? It's not like he's Andrew Wiggins. You know what I mean? Andrew Wiggins, but I mean, you ain't in year 7 and we're trying to figure this out. You still trying to figure this out in the first 2 or 3 years.
I got a Bagley background I can put up if you want.
A what?
A Bagley background. If I can put it up if you want.
Yeah, man, I thought that dude was gonna be Tim Duncan. It's got time. He got time.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. That's starting soon. Practices are going on. Mavericks look like they're having a bunch of fun. They're out there acting goofy and doing all their kind of stuff while they're still quarantined in their rooms.
And they're having a good damn time in the bubble, bro.
I know it, man.
I think I want to go to the damn bubble.
Me too.
They out there bass fishing. Have you seen them, bro? Man, it's like I've seen 8 different dudes catching bass on social media. They out there with
What do they do with them? They gonna take them back to the hotel?
Catch and release.
I guess they got to release them.
I'm frying that joker up. They already say the food is bad. You might as well go and eat it.
Or you can make a little campfire right there by the shore.
Whatever it is I got to do, bro. Whatever it is I got to do. But I keep seeing like on ESPN, they'll show like social media pictures of different guys catching bass fish. Your boy caught the littlest, tiniest fish. I couldn't believe he posed with that. Ben Simmons. And then
my boy.
Then he your boy because he really my boy, but he ain't been doing what I think he should have been doing. But speaking of which,
they're gonna play him at power forward.
Power forward.
That's where he should be.
That's probably where he should be anyway. You can still pass out of double teams. You can still make plays power forward. I mean, it is what it is. I think that's gonna work. I think that's gonna work out real good for the Sixers. I'm proud of the coach for figuring out what it is that I need to do something different because it might be just a little shake up the Sixers need. But the bubble looked cool, man. They was on a water slide the other day. They opening up rides just for them or whatever. So I'm like, man, the bubble is straight. They complaining about food. Again, tone deaf. We ain't gonna get all into that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like
they look like they're having some fun.
Yeah, they having a good time, man. They gonna mess around. I can't believe people was complaining about the bubble, man. It seemed like the bomb.
But that's a good thing for us too, because it's really entertaining and it's fun to watch people having fun. So, uh, I wonder if the NBA is kind of directing you to that, saying, "Hey, you guys put up as many videos and all this other kind of stuff, and we're going to provide stuff for you to do, so it looks like you're having fun
I
and a
think
great
they
time."
definitely said, "Hey, we're gonna give y'all something to do." I
Yeah,
mean, I mean, like John Morant was saying on his Twitter, saying, "Hey, the food is fine. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my
right.
mouth."
Yeah,
They realize that you may not be born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but you do have a lot of cash, and you did before I mean, you're an NBA player, you're a millionaire. You had access to fun at almost at any time that you wanted.
that's
So that's
correct.
probably why they went there in the first place. Not only because they had court access and hotel access, but something to do so these people, you know what I mean? Like, what's the guy? He had nobody anyway that already broke the bubble rule. He went outside the bubble to pick up
Oh,
food.
Rishwan
Outside.
Holmes. Rishwan Holmes.
Come on, dog. Go, man, go eat them cafeteria lunches, man. You're gonna be all right.
There was another one too, and I forget who that was, but yeah, he ordered some food and he crossed the line or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Uber Eats, man. Relax, player.
like just set it over here across the line and I'll come get it. So yeah. I don't know how that works. I don't, when you say bubble, I picture this big bubble and you just can't get through it. But man, it's literally it's a parking lot or something like all you got to do is cross this yellow
And
line
all
in the
he
parking lot
was
and you're
get
out.
right up to it. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to go that. That was ridiculous, man. To break the bubble for food again, tone deaf.
Yeah.
Like, you could.
Yeah,
He took it as
get
far.
sent home. There goes your paycheck.
He got sent home and got all because you don't like the food. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. But you can find something there to eat.
And so you can find something there to eat. And
Right.
just eat what they're giving you. If
So,
enough of y'all complain, they'll fix it.
yep. Yep. So I'm enjoying watching it. But next, Nikola Jokic cleared quarantine, so he's there for Denver finally. I don't know how he got to the States. I'm guessing that was a private jet.
Gotta be a jet, bro.
So
He
it's
gotta
good to
eat.
be the king.
Take private jet no matter where you go, right?
Yeah, I guess. So anyway, that's about all I got for NBA, man. I mean, just
Man, let's not before you move on, man. We got to talk about the WNBA. Why they doing Elena Delle Donne like that, bro?
oh yeah.
That's
Do
wrong, bro.
explain. Well, she tried to opt out for the season, asked to opt
Right.
out for some medical issues.
Right. So again,
She's
we
got
talk
Lyme
about
disease.
got opt out and pay me. Right. So her doctor said, "Hey, you got Lyme disease, man. Going out there with that corona might not be a good idea." And
Yeah.
this ain't like she's missed games throughout her short career.
Yes.
16
She is
games
a
here,
game.
17 games here. She missed games at Delaware for Lyme disease. So it ain't like, which by the way, having Lyme disease and being an MVP and a champion, props to Elena Delle Donne and getting it done. Right? There's
Absolutely.
people out there healthy that can't do what
Yes.
she do, right?
That's right.
But bro, I think the NBA, WNBA, they're looking at the guidelines just probably don't have nothing for Lyme disease. They're probably looking at, okay, if you're African American and you're overweight, or if
Yeah.
you're this or you that, then yes. They probably just looking at the guideline is not broad enough.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and like I'm sure her doctor is just a phone call away. I don't know a lot about Lyme's disease, but I know that if you already miss you averaging missing 9-10 games a year since you entered college, then
Yeah.
it's probably a big deal.
Yeah.
So for the WNBA to tell her no, she need to play, that's foul.
Yeah. I mean,
Put
there should be some discretion there on the part of the WNBA. I mean,
I
you
just right. I
know that
just
she
want to
has this
be
issue.
clear because I'm saying that professionals should go play, but
Yeah.
professionals shouldn't go play if you know you at an extreme. She's at a different risk of catching the virus
Yeah.
and death. So like, no, bro. Like I mean, you know what I mean? Like I probably should have put WNBA for my you suck for telling her she got to show up. But I don't think it's over yet. I think ultimately
It's not.
they gonna figure this out. Especially
Yeah.
now, has she been the 12th man? She
They're not
probably
going to care.
stuck out. But when you're an MVP and a champion, you might get a little bit of special notoriety and a special attention and all the special you can get. to
Yeah.
figure out, is this actually true or
And
isn't it true?
Lyme disease doesn't go away, right? I mean, that's what I understand about Lyme disease. It's just, I mean,
Nope.
once you got it, you got it. You're not getting rid of it, and you just got to deal with it for the rest of your life. So, don't quote me on that. You guys Google it, and I'll Google it later too. But,
I think you
but
got
that's my understanding of Lyme disease is that it's not going away. So, I mean, she's going to deal with this next year. She's going to deal with this the year after. She's going to deal with this the year after. But
I mean,
hopefully, it won't.
imagine if it could go, if it was something that could be taken care of. What if she's in the fourth, fifth year, and she is a baller? I think
Yes.
she had enough money and enough health insurance and enough whatever it is that you need at this point that it would not be up. You know what I mean? That it would be gone. But it's a disease.
Yeah.
It's a disease, so it's not alcoholism. You know what I mean? You can't just stop doing something and then you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You got to continue doing something just to make your life be a point where you can deal with it.
She said she's taking 64 pills a day to deal with this.
See,
So it's taken her a while, but she's finally found a regimen that kind of works for her. And this is that regimen, and it includes 64 pills.
yeah.
I don't
So
know what those
we
pills
want
are,
to send
but
her into the damn wobble. I like the
yeah,
fact that they call it a wobble for the
yeah,
W.
that's funny. But
I guess that's what the W is.
after I hear it for the like fifth or sixth time in about 30 seconds, I want to smack somebody. But if you hear it every once in a while, it's kind of funny. So they're in the wobble, but in the Barney wobble. But anyway, moving on. Anything left on basketball that you want to talk
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I don't know who won the basketball tournament this week because they don't play it at night, so I couldn't watch it. But I heard Joe Johnson went off on like one game. He scored like 35 points. So I'm like,
Diener,
why that?
the basketball to Travis Diener, I think his name was, from
Oh, I remember
Marquette,
him.
is the one
Yeah,
that, yeah, I think he played the biggest role in that championship win. But I'm like you, if they don't play it at the right time,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, and I be looking for sports. I'm tired of watching Korean baseball.
right. So, but I think Joe Johnson ought to be back in the NBA. Why hasn't somebody signed him? He might be headed for the bubble next week. Who knows?
He might have to go play for the Lakers. They one guard now.
Yep. So we'll see. I don't know. Get you some money there, Joe.
Yeah,
So okay, so Major League Baseball. Moving on. Here we go. 10 umpires opted out of the season. So, and
don't
I
get
think
paid.
that don't get paid. Probably they shouldn't get paid. But those guys, man, there's only like what? Did they 62 or 72 of them or something that actually umpire a game? So I guess probably what's going to happen is they're going to have to call up minor league baseball guys to
When they
fill
ain't
some
got no
roles.
job, they ain't got nothing else to do. They might
You're
as well
right.
come on up. See,
Yeah.
this is the craziest thing when we're talking about this virus. There's people, I sent this to you last week about how they selected different barbers to come into the bubble. We
Yeah.
got guys making millions. It's about the money. Because we got guys you're a fat cat right now. I made a couple $1 million in the NBA. I ain't gonna put it on the line for them. But there are barbers begging to get into the bubble to get paid.
Yeah.
They're willing to. They putting their life on the line for just a couple thousand. But you can't go play for $1 million, bro. I got problems with that. I got problems with that, man.
I mean, that's a lot of money to give up. But I mean, yeah. I mean, man, I love basketball anyway. I'd go getting league minimum. I love. I'd be the 12th guy on the end of the bench and just loving every minute of it,
They,
giving it 100% every time, every practice.
we not talking about Oliver Miller, bro.
I know.
We talking about we talking about well trained athlete. I mean, they in great shape. This
Mhm.
ain't Oliver Miller fat booty running up and down the court. You know what I mean? Like these guys in great shape. So the obviously you can catch it, but I'm saying that you're in great physical shape that even if you did catch it, you should be able to weather that storm. Like your chances of death is a lot less than my chances. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna be okay.
Yeah, but I'm not really mad for anybody. It's like, you know what? I got this cash. I'm set for a while. Let me just chill on this right now. Why risk my life when I got this? When I don't have to go to get paid. When I don't have to go because I don't have money to live on.
You need a
So I'm
PR.
not. I'm not mad at guys for
I
doing
have a
that.
problem with it, but I'm not mad at you. But you need to phrase it. I am not a writer. I'm not a PR guy, but they need to write that statement in a way that makes you not look like a butthead.
Yeah,
Because there are people that are risking it all trying to get into the bubble to make some money.
yeah.
Whereas you saying, I already got it, I already got that money, I'm straight. So you need to, I mean, like, what's my guy? What's my guy from the Lakers? Avery Bradley. I got it. Not going to the bubble without my family. I got a kid that's, got heart
High
disease or
high
whatever
risk.
it is.
Yeah,
Not going to the bubble. Okay. I see you, brother. That makes sense to me. But if you say, I'm not going because I don't want to.
no, I mean that's not what I was saying either. I was just saying, look, there's no reason to risk myself or my family, whatever. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Have a good
Jamal
reason.
Crawford, 40 years old, signed
Yeah,
that paper so you can go play. You know what I
yep,
mean? Like, I get it. It's without a doubt a question. It's a personal choice.
yeah,
But as a fan and just as an essential worker, as an everyday guy, you need to craft that statement in a way that don't make you look like a doggone jerk.
yeah.
That's
So,
all.
like, there's three big players in the major leagues opted out. So Buster Posey, Ryan Zimmerman, and David Price all opted out. So that's some. David Price is a hell of a pitcher. Buster Posey's a catcher for
Price
the
ain't been
Jets.
looking so good over the
Well,
last
it's
two or
been a
three
few
years.
years, but yeah,
His name is right now more bigger than his game.
right.
So,
Agreed.
you know what I mean? But Buster Posey, that's huge,
Yeah.
right?
So, and I'm sure we're going to see a few more of those guys. I don't know who or what talent level they'll be, but like all the sports, you're going to have a bunch of guys opting out and a bunch of guys coming up from the minors or whatever. So that's going to be interesting to watch
While we
some of
talk
the
about
new
it, I
guys
believe
get opportunity.
Ian Desmond, right? I believe it. Did you say that?
No, I
Ian
did not.
Desmond? Did I see? I think I sent you that piece that he wrote. That's what I mean by P. And that wasn't a
Oh yeah, yeah,
PR. Dude spoke from his heart. He
yeah,
just said, "Hey, I'm not going because this coronavirus has made me take a second look at life." And I'm paraphrasing, but he's just saying there's so much other stuff. Like he talked about where he started. He went to the little league field where he started and how it's all run down and everything. So he still, hey, don't pay me. That's fine. But he decided to take this time to do something great for the community. You see what I'm saying? Even if he telling the fib, which I don't think he is, because I read it and I got chills. I mean, like you can tell he meant what he said,
yeah.
right?
So
That's a great statement, and it's not me saying I don't want to play because I got money. It's saying the coronavirus has made me just look at life differently.
yeah, yep. So baseball begins in 8 days. We'll see what that looks like. Looking forward to it. Some live games. They're gonna. It's probably what.
Who ahead? Who you think is ahead of the curve? Pitchers or hitters?
Man, right now
So in
I
a
would.
regular season, isn't who like so if there was no coronavirus, right? If this was 1999,
Yeah,
who's normally ahead in the beginning of the season? Like when they kick off
pitchers.
on
I would
opening
say
day,
pitchers.
pitchers are generally ahead.
Yeah. So
So I'm just thinking,
right
why
now.
would they be ahead right now? It's not like the
Well,
hitters are. I mean, you can get your arm cranked up a lot faster than somebody who's taking BP.
right.
BP is not the same,
No,
right? Because we grooving them to you.
but it depends on whether or not those pitchers have been throwing for the last 3 or 4 months when they would have been
I
playing in
think they
regular
go
season
back to
games.
throwing batting practice. Some of them.
Well, I don't. I mean, they haven't been able to be near each other for the last 3 months. So how
They,
are they going to be throwing?
so your day three starter isn't. It's gonna be giving up all kinds of home runs. Your top two guys should still be, you know what I mean? Like them guys are legit. They should be, you know what I mean? I take 3 months off and just come out here and strike people out. But by the time you get to your day three starter, you might be in some trouble.
Well, I would think the pitchers are going to be a little bit behind. I mean, you can have a batting cage and a pitching machine throwing you pitches at speed or whatever, But if you're
They,
a pitcher, man,
I ain't gonna say that because right there in Dallas, we have D-bat, and you can change the speed and the location. So I'm just gonna assume that if we can do that just on a regular old retail place,
yeah,
right? I'm just gonna assume that your major leagues got
yeah.
batting practice equipment that could do the same thing. Can actually throw a curve.
So
So
in 60 games, what do you think the top home run hitter hits? How many home runs?
30,
30?
30. Think the ball's still juice, baby. 30
It
home
is.
runs.
It is juiced.
You just said the hitters are ahead.
I agree.
Somebody gonna hit. So they start in July. Somebody gonna hit 5 in August.
Some
Somebody gonna
July 23rd.
somebody gonna hit 12 home runs in the first month.
Yeah, I can see that. That's easy.
So somebody gonna get 30.
So, yeah, I'm gonna say 30 home runs too. I mean, I'm with you. I mean, it's and you. I'm wondering if the average home runs goes up. Like, if you're a guy that hits like 8 home runs a year, you're gonna hit 12.
12 now,
Yeah,
possible.
because I like I said, I think the pitching's gonna be a little behind, but uh, that remains to be seen. So, Major League starting in 8 days. Looking forward to that too, man. I can't. Oh, we're getting so close to live sports. Live sports matter.
Now sports matter.
All right, so UFC fight was last weekend. UFC 251 Fight Island. So Masvidal.
Wasn't so much of a damn island though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an actual island. I
Why they
didn't
call
see
it
any
an
of the.
island?
It's a it's more of a concept than it is an actual island.
That was
You know,
disappointing, bro.
you
I
notice they
wanted,
put it in quotes.
yeah, I wanted them to come in on the boat with the boat that lands on the water, and I wanted to see Ricardo Montalban say, "Welcome to Fantasy Island." I'm
You
looking
know
for tattoo. No, bro, they just
that would
out
be
there in
funny.
Abu Dhabi. They just outside, man. That
Yeah.
ain't they, just because you outside don't make it an island.
Well, it's a concept, man. Like I say, they're using it like the bubble, the island, the bubble, same kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Just
Mm-hmm.
so next time, Fight Island might be in the Caribbean somewhere, or Fight Island might be
Fight Island is tonight, brother.
in Asia. It is. It's tonight?
You remember how we had this discussion about a month ago? I was like, wait a minute, is they fighting tonight? Yeah, Dana White be making that money.
Yeah.
They fighting tonight. Ain't nobody big time or nothing like that, but they up and comers, obviously. But at the same token, it's still a live sport.
That's right.
Like I've watched more UFC fights in the last 4 months than I have probably in all of UFC history.
UFC is winning the pandemic.
They winning.
UFC is winning COVID-19.
Mm.
So yeah, so Masvidal and Usman fought. Usman won by a decision, and to me, it looked like it was just a bunch of takedowns. Man, he got him on points for takedowns.
You and I just
Yeah,
watched that same fight a
yeah,
couple weeks ago, but two
yeah.
other dudes, right?
Just a lot of takedowns. That's all it was.
I mean, it is what it is. Styles make fight. Um, the dude is a championship wrestler. He was 35-1 in the great state of Texas as a high school, right? He went on to college. He was still kicking booty over there as a wrestler. Striking is something that he learned and developed. So if I'm really good at this and you're not really good at it, I mean, a win is a win. You should take that win as much
That's
as you
right.
can. It's not aesthetically pleasing,
It's a dub.
but technically, from a technical standpoint, it was a beautiful thing from a technical standpoint. But
The
for
San
me,
Antonio Spurs got 5 championships that were not aesthetically pleasing.
being 5 rings being boring as all get out. It is what it is.
Yes. So, but so Masvidal says he wants an immediate rematch. I don't know, like in UFC fights, you could, if you do 2 fights a year, that's a lot. I mean, because you got to recover. I mean, you get beat down, you get beat up. I think 2 fights a year is a lot. But so I don't know what he means by immediate. But they're talking about he's got possibilities against maybe Nate Diaz or Conor McGregor.
He said he don't want neither one of them.
Right, that's right.
Right.
So he wants to go back at Usman.
First of all, Conor is not going to fight no more.
Yeah, well, he says so. We'll see.
Well, I mean, Depends on how much money he spent. When you
Well,
get that big chunk of money from fighting Floyd, hey man, money shouldn't change you. But I'm not mad at you. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't, but I understand if it does. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, when you get a fat check and then somebody say, oh, we want you to come back over here. This how much I got paid for this. Now you want me to get paid this much?
yes,
You're like, ooh,
that
your
hurts.
heart ain't in it. Your heart ain't in it the same way, bro.
Yeah. Well, and I honestly, I think there's a disease called something called histrionic personality disorder, which means you have to have attention all the time, have to have drama all the time, and be the center of attention. And I think, honestly, I think McGregor might have that. So he loves the limelight, loves the attention, loves the drama. He's not done. I can't see it at all. He's still got fights left in him. He can make
I,
money, and with
I
all the
believe
attention.
what you say to all of that, but he is married. And sometimes your wife has a say so.
Well, your wife will be like, "Huh, I done
If she
spent
get
a lot of money. You better
it
go get some more."
right, but if she gets sick of you and tell you got to go back, or if
Yeah.
she just absolutely love you being at the house, I remember I can't think of the guy who was gonna run. He was gonna run for president. I can't think of his name right now. He was in the military. It was a brother. Military. He had Colin.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell was
Yeah.
going to run for president. It was his wife that said no.
Yeah.
She said, "We already done our time. We have already served the country."
That's right.
Right? So sometimes your wife got to say so. So I mean, this could. I mean, I think Connor. I'm not saying that he's like you say. Oh, he loved the limelight, but I don't think he has the. I mean, Dave, he just got whipped twice, didn't he? I think it's about he doesn't have the hunger to get in that gym and do all the things he used to, because I got it.
Because he's
I
selling
got
liquor now.
that's what I'm saying. Dave,
Yeah.
Dave, he already secured that bag. Dave, that's a
That
big
that's
old
fine.
bag.
That's fine. He likes the attention and the drama. I'm
He
telling you, it's
just
not
likes
over.
the attention. If he
Yeah.
lose the next fight, Dave, it's over.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
like,
he would have to win. Yeah.
he has to win the next
Then
one. You can't
people,
win three in a row and be somebody important.
yeah, because if your game doesn't keep up with your mouth, nobody wants to hear
Hello.
it. So he's going to have to keep that up. So once again, UFC winning the pandemic. All right, so let's into the off season. What we're going to talk about in the off season? It's all about the Benjamins. Here we go. So if your team is printing currency, who is on your 100, your 50, your 20, your 10, 5, and $1 bills? Okay, some ground rules first. So I thought I'd talk to you about this. Do you allow coaches and owners, or this is
Man,
players only?
it's the organization.
Okay, all right. I'm checking
Yeah.
with you. All right, because I got owners and coaches in there too.
Yeah, I got owners, and you can't. How can you not?
I'm just saying because somebody might say no, we're talking about players only. No, but I'm
That's the
saying
whole
this is
point.
this is
To me,
on their
that's the whole
value to
point
your
of
organization.
doing all about the Benjamins.
Right.
Is because if you do the Mount Rushmore, it just has to be players.
Yes.
If we're gonna do all about the Benjamins, we got to include everybody.
That's right. Who brings the value to your organization, or who has
Brings
brought the value to your
Man,
organization?
you nailed that to the head right there.
Thank you.
Value.
Value. So okay, so let's go with your teams first. So you going to do Bears first, Bulls first? Who you going to do?
Oh man, we got to do all of them. I thought we say the Bulls and the White Sox. By the way, speaking
White
of,
Sox? However you want to do.
but man, I'm speaking of Bears, Bulls, and White Sox.
Uh
For the longest time, that's what I thought BBW was. I thought it was Bears, Bulls, White Sox. I just recently found
huh.
out that's not what BBW means. But anyway,
For the
I just
recently, yeah. So
yeah,
for purposes of preachers from the bleachers, BBW is Bears, Bulls, White Sox.
absolutely. So I did the Bears today, and
Okay.
on the $100 bill, I did Papa Bear George Hallis.
All right.
You gotta have the owner. Without Papa Bear, ain't no doggone Chicago Bears. I mean, it's just that plain and simple. And then on the 50, I went with Walter Payton. You got to have sweetness. I mean,
Sweetness.
I mean, the dude. when I think about my most lasting memory of Sweetness is not nothing he did on the field. It was his death, because all the reporters knew he was dying and nobody reported it. They just waited for the man to die. Out of respect for the man and the family, they said, "Hey man, can y'all please not report this while my husband, while my father is dying?" And they imagine the media
Yeah.
not reporting something because
That would not happen today.
that's the kind of man you were,
Yeah.
right? So gotta have Sweetness on the
I
$50.
can't think of a man that has ever been more respected in football than Roger Payton.
There may have been
Walter Payton.
some equal, but
Yes, sir.
maybe not more.
Yeah.
Right? And then was it a 50? Was it 20?
20.
Mike Ditka.
Ditka.
I mean, when you get your own SNL skit, bro, you at the top players. And you know what? That's the funny
You
thing.
made it,
People don't
man.
even
You made it.
you know how many people don't talk like that in Chicago? More than do. But Mike
Yeah.
Ditka, obviously, just being not just a coach, by the way, not a very good X and O's coach. He's just a hell of a motivator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just like I'm gonna run through the wall for this cat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because as a player, he would run through the wall. So he didn't ask you to do nothing that he wouldn't have done. So Mike Dicker is on my $20 bill. And then on my $10 bill, this might be a little shocking. Buddy Ryan.
Okay.
It's Buddy Ryan. People be man, like I don't we kind of forget Buddy Ryan in the shuffle. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But the reality is Mike Dicker was head coach in name and name only. It was Mike Dicker offense, Buddy Ryan defense. And that's cool. It worked out. I mean, they ain't even like each other. I mean, like, I don't know. A lot of people outside of Chicago might not know. They ain't even like each other, but they made it work. Don't know why Shaq and Kobe couldn't figure it out. That's another story. I mean, you ain't gotta like the people you work with. You just gotta, get the
Right.
doggone job done. And they did that. And then on my this guy could have been one level above Buddy Ryan, but I just wanted to give Buddy Ryan some love. So on my $5 bill, I put Mike Singletary, man. He's a man of God, a man of knock you out,
Yeah.
a man like whatever it is, a man of Mike Singletary was it. So I put Mike Singletary on the five, and
I like
then
it.
on in the $1 bill, I put Khalil Mack.
He might move up.
Khalil Mack could move up,
Yep.
but everybody else in front of him got a Super Bowl ring, and all from the '85 Bears. That just tells you how bad, dude. I tried to find some people. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Sid Luckman. Maybe I put him on the quarter. Sid Luckman sucked, but Sid Luckman was our greatest quarterback until Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is the all-time Bears leader in percentage, yards, touchdowns. Jeez Louise, can we just get one damn quarterback in our franchise history? A real easy pick for Khalil Mack because even though he only been here a couple years, the impact was instantaneous. Right? Anytime you can hurt a Green Bay quarterback, you deserve to be an
Interesting.
all about them Benjamins.
All right. I like that list. I like it. All right. So who you got for you going Bulls or White Sox? What are you gonna do?
That's next week.
All right, we can do it next week. All right, we can do it one a week. That sounds good. We just add it to a regular kind of thing, and maybe we'll go around some other teams and stuff like that too. So, well, you did football, so I'm going to do football too. So my team's the Panthers. So
It's a shorter history.
it is a much shorter history. I am definitely not putting the owner on any of the Bills.
The old owner.
Yeah, the old owner, not putting him anywhere near there. So $100 bill right away, man. Weapon X.
Wow.
I mean, he's. I think he's the best player that the Panthers have ever had. I I I, I can't think of anybody I would put above him. All All right. That's my $100 bill. My $50 bill, Steve Smith Sr.
Okay.
Nothing. Nothing, huh? All right.
Now I gotta hit the whole list.
You got to hear the whole list. All right.
Yeah.
So on my $20 bill, Luke Kuechly. You think I'm missing somebody?
No,
Obviously.
brother, the list is not over.
Okay. On my $10 bill, Julius Peppers.
Yeah, okay.
A great defensive player for a long time. Oh, you're waiting for Cam. I know you are.
No, no.
On my $5 bill, Greg Olson. And then on my $1 bill, I'm splitting it between Jake Delhomme and Cam Newton because they both got to a Super Bowl. So I got Cam in there. So why are you shaking your head? Tell me why you're shaking your head. Who do I miss? I'm not saying I might have missed somebody.
That's high. That's high for Weapon X, and I love Weapon X. I gave him the name Weapon X.
Yes.
That's high. How you gonna I'm just gonna stay with Luke Kuechly.
Okay.
There's no way his 2-year impact is greater than Luke Kuechly's 9-year impact.
Well,
there's no way his 2-year value is greater than Luke Kuechly's.
Okay, remember this when you talk to me about Dirk Nowitzki and Luka Doncic, because you had the same argument in the opposite way when we talk about that.
You know what? I'm going to do the Mavericks next week, just so you know. I'm going to do the Mavericks next week, bro. About the Benjamins, Mavericks.
Because you always talk about Luka being better than Dirk already. So you put Luka up there above Dirk already.
And that's but the value you brought to the franchise.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
you know what? I'm not even gonna. I can see your argument, so I'm not even gonna argue it. I could easily put Luke Kuechly at the $100 spot.
Like if we was doing value for the Bulls,
yeah,
not it's gonna be the owner. It's gonna be Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like it has to be. He's brought the most value.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like, his 2 years versus Kuechly's 9 years. I mean, did Kuechly ever miss a damn Pro Bowl?
I don't know, probably not. But if I'm printing the money today, I put Weapon X on there. If I'm printing it like 2-3 years ago, it's definitely Luke.
Oh, 2-3 years ago, dude wasn't on the squad, so you wouldn't have a.
Well, right. So, but right now the value. I mean, Luke's not there. He quit. He retired.
Man, it's your list. Right. It's your list. But I'm damn sure gonna do the Mavericks.
I see good things ahead for Weapon X. That's what I'm saying. He's bringing the value right now. He's the only one you want to go see right now with the Panthers. I mean, a lot of people wanted to go see Cam. Who would you want to see with
Bridgewater?
Yeah, okay.
You know why I want to see Bridgewater? I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna sit here and tell no lie and be like, I want to see Bridgewater more than I want to see Weapon X. That's a lie. Yeah. But I want to see Bridgewater do it.
Me too. I want to see him do well
in Bridgewater. I think he can do it. I think he is that good. But for him, and just gonna show these people, Teddy, that you the man.
Yeah.
And ultimately, let's just keep it real. If you're gonna throw the ball 25 times, if you throw a 10 to Weapon X, those goals on your stats. I mean, if if it just throw it to do 10 times, those stats go on your record. Like, right. What people gonna say? Well, you threw it to Weapon X because I'm smart.
That's right. They pay me to make smart moves. That's what I did. I threw it to homeboy. All right. So okay. So are we done with all about the Benjamins for today? All right. We'll do other teams next week. All right. So moving on to You Suck. Who you got? What you got?
You Suck. Crown Royal.
An empty glass?
Crown Royal Black. You Suck. Crown Royal Black is very Scotch-like, and I couldn't throw it away. I tried to give it to some bums. They took a sip and they said, "What the shit is this?" So Crown Royal Black, because you too damn strong. You get my You Suck today.
But you do drink a lot of Crown of other flavors though, so you're just not liking that one.
And that is strong, bro. I mean, it's strong.
I,
It
I
just, it's like
it sounds like it.
it's like Mike Tyson hit you in your like it's took a long. I mean, Dave, it's like 1% every time I get the. Don't get me wrong, they get the job done.
I can tell.
1% Crown Royal Black and 99% whatever else. Hot monkey piss would that make it much better too. I'm just saying it's just strong.
I am not
So
drinking that.
Crown Royal Black, you get my you suck because my little lightweight jeans cannot handle you.
All right. So I'm going with Windows 10 again. This is their second time on Dave's You Suck list because this is why we started to do the show tonight and I couldn't bring up one of my apps. So I restarted my computer to clear out whatever it was and it went through this half hour process of updating. I didn't get an option. It didn't tell me it was going to update. It just went right into the update and I had to sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait for us to start the show tonight. So we're about a half hour behind. You won't know that from watching, but Windows 10, you suck. I mean, I hate you so much. So much I hate you, Windows 10. So you know what? I'm looking at getting a Google Chromebook just to use something different. It cannot be this bad. It's terrible. You suck. Anyway, okay. So that's my you suck. You got anything for Ray's rumination?
Actually, I do. For Ray's rumination, I would like to give a shout out to Crown Royal Apple
All right.
because you are so sweet and delicate. You're like a apple Jolly Rancher dancing on my taste buds and just go down so smooth. I love you. Shout out Crown Royal Apple.
You should drink more often when we're doing this show. All right. For Dave's dialogue, I don't have much. I was just going to tell everybody. I talked to my dad like last Friday. He's like, "Oh, hey man, I sent you something to work." So they showed up at work. So yesterday, I get back from lunch and there is an air fryer at my desk. So my
Mm,
dad has sent me an air fryer. I'm going to try it out probably tomorrow, Friday night. I got stuff to do tomorrow night, but I can't. So if anybody's got some recipes out there for me to try, let me know. It came with a book. I don't even know what to cook in it. I mean, I got some chicken tenders and
everything.
stuff. Yeah. So
Everything. It's
it,
gonna be life changing. Your
yeah.
weight, I mean, bro, I'm gonna send you a shish kebab. Let me tell you right now. Just put your shish kebab together and then put a little glaze on it, whatever glaze that you fancy, and stick it. Now my air fryer is huge. Like, I mean, I could put two ribeyes in that joint. Well, that's
Yeah.
my old one. I had to get a new one just recently because I used that air fryer in less than a year's time. I wore it out.
Right on.
I mean
Well,
that. I
see,
mean
when I eat, I don't like to do a lot of work before I cook and all that kind of stuff. If it takes me 20 minutes to cook something, that's a long time for me. And I'll do it like once or twice a week, maybe.
Well,
So
start with something simple, Dave.
it's
You
going to
just
have to.
start with something simple, man. Just throw you some chicken wings in there, raw ones.
Mhm.
Chicken wings, separate them, or you know what I mean. Don't put the whole wing. I'm talking about like you want to eat wings,
Yeah.
right? Now, guess what? The fryer will do breaded chicken wings as well,
Right.
right? But just
Well,
gonna throw them in there naked. Put a little whatever season you want. Just throw them in there naked and let it do what it do.
there's something I'm definitely going to try because I'll tell you about that. When we go to Oshkosh, Wisconsin every year for work, because there's a big fly-in up there and we're in the aviation business. There's a restaurant we go to and they serve Captain Crunch breaded chicken. It's like fried chicken, but the breading is Captain Crunch. So they make it up there. But I decided that, hey, we started talking about what other cereals and stuff you could do that with. I'm going to try it with Apple Jacks. So I'm going to use Apple. I'm going to crush up Apple Jacks and use that as a breading on fried chicken.
Do you have a food processor?
No, I
So
don't.
you going too far, bro. You need to start simple, just some regular
It
old
is
something.
simple.
Put some. You're actually going to try to bread something. Have you breaded it and fried it before, or breaded it and put it into an oven before? Why are
No,
you doing something new that you've
that's
never done and going to do it in the air fryer? That's just ridiculous.
because
Do something
that's
you've
the
done.
definition of the
Start
word
with
try.
but no, you got to try it with the oven so you'll know if it's even good or bad. You
No,
finna try some Captain Crunch fried chicken in an air fryer, and you ain't
Apple
never even
Jacks.
tried it other than in the restaurant. Come
I
on, bro.
have
You
tried it.
start with a French fry first, man. Go
I have.
take it back. Don't do the shish kebab. Don't do the wings. Let's just start with some French fries.
I I don't eat French fries anymore. So, but I have tried it in the oven. It didn't work very well in the oven. That's why I want to fry it.
I mean, Dave, the the air fryer is not a magician. It is not a wizard. You still have to have a concept of cooking. So
I
if
do.
you messed it up in the oven, you're not gonna make it taste good. You know what? Go and do what you do. I'm about to get a new air fryer. That's what it
I'm
sounds like.
I'm gonna make it differently
Go and do what you do. When
because
the air fryer don't work, just let me know. I'll be by to pick it up.
you don't even know what I'm talking about doing. So you don't even know what my process was before, what my process is going to be this next time. But you're already telling me that it's stupid to do it.
I'm saying if your process didn't work, like for what I'm saying to you is,
But I'm not going to use that same process.
Dave, you have to. What I'm saying to you is, if you can't do something in the air fryer successfully that you have never done successfully on the stove or in the oven.
I don't know. I don't understand the distinction. It's not the same way to cook.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to prepare it the same way I did the first time, the second time.
Should.
But I'm not going to because it didn't work, and I know why it didn't work.
Okay.
So
I'm about to get a new air fryer, y'all.
okay, get you a new air fryer.
No, when you decide yours don't work.
I'm not going to make that call on one piece of chicken.
Okay.
So, but I'm gonna try it, see how it works. I mean, that's what this thing is about. Is trying new ways to
You
make
just
food.
telling me
So
about the Captain Crunch fried chicken though.
yeah, yeah.
Why you just now telling me about this? I'm fat. That shit sounds delicious.
I don't know because like when I'm not in Oshkosh, I don't really think about it.
So
But it's awesome. It is delicious. It's
I
freaking
mean, they deep
incredible.
fried though.
I guess they fry it in a fryer. I don't know. I've never seen how they fry it. I mean, it's fried chicken, but it's fried with ground up Captain Crunch. And like I said, I'm gonna try the Apple Jacks. I
That
know the Captain Crunch is good. I'm gonna try the Apple Jacks.
Apple Jack. You like Apple Jacks that much?
No, it's just the flavor. I mean, I tried to think of other cereals that I could do that with,
Did you?
and
Oops,
Applejack.
all berries is what I would try.
Which one?
Oops, all berries. It's Captain Crunch family. It's just all the
Yeah,
crunch.
I wouldn't want any like fruity tasting stuff on chicken. Like a little sweetness is okay.
Is apple not a fruit?
Oh yeah, it is. I guess it's a little sweet. I'm talking about like blueberries and strawberries and stuff like that. That one tastes weird to me. But Apple Jacks, it doesn't really taste like apples now, does it? Come on. I mean, you don't eat a bowl of Apple Jacks and go, oh, that tastes like apples.
I do.
It's kind of,
Oops, all berries and cinnamon toast crunch are by far my two favorite cereals, but neither one of them tastes like Oops, all berries don't taste like no damn berries. It tastes like something delicious. It's not quite berries, but,
yeah,
but I mean, that's anything that is not the actual thing, right?
yeah,
I mean, beef jerky is not steak, but it's still pretty
yeah.
good.
So anyway, Apple Jacks is the one that I came up with that I thought sounded the best. So I'm going to try that. And maybe down the line, I go look in the cereal aisle and say, hey, like, honeycomb sounds good. I'll try that or something else. But,
Honeycombs. I didn't even know they still made that.
I think they do. Or Sugar Smacks or something like that,
Oh
man.
Lord, no, this is the worst ever. We need to,
I wouldn't do
we
Sugar
know
Smacks.
all about the Benjamins for cereals.
We can make all about the Benjamins for a lot of categories. We're going to get some run out of all about the Benjamins. We're going to get a lot of run out of that.
About the Benjamins, but for real, even though we're doing what they call some on-air production right now,
That's right.
we need to seriously do. Stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. We're gonna do top 5 cereal characters.
All right. I
You
like
like
it.
that one?
Next week.
Next week, done deal.
Are we skipping? Are we skipping NBA next week or the Mavs next week, or no? We're just going to do both.
No, we're still gonna do all about the Benjamins.
I
They
mean,
can get. We gonna get them some. Hey, listen. If we have to list people to death, that's what we gonna do.
no, that's what I mean. We're going to all about the Benjamins on the characters, man. Which character do you put on your $100 bill? Which character do you put on your
Deal.
50? Right
Done.
on.
Deal.
So I like it. I think we can
On air production. I think that's what they call it in the radio
we
business.
can make some good stuff out of that. I'm in. I like it. So all right, man. So I think that's a good show. I enjoyed that. So I'm gonna like the all about the Benjamin stuff. That's you see it only here on Preachers from the Bleachers.
Peace.
All right, man. I'll check you later.
Late.
All right.